Timeless purple, also known as Laudatio rose, is a rose bred by Noack Roses in 2016. The rose itself is a very strong purple, and the purple, as the blooms get older, kind of fades to more mauve color. So they get a bit more light colored the older the bloom gets. The rose itself is approximately 120 centimeters tall and about 80 centimeters wide. I actually really like this rose, but it is mainly because of the fragrance. The rose itself starts out with an aniseed fragrance as the flowers are just opening, and as the flower gets older and the center gets open and the yellow stamens gets exposed, you get more of a floral scent and a bit of sweetness, while the aniseed note kind of more stays further back when that happens. So it is an interesting rose that can have a bit of a different experience when you're scenting it, depending on what stage it is in. The rose itself is also very decently healthy, about an 8 out of 10 for me. If you really provoke it, you can provoke it to get a little bit of rust, but you really have to provoke it like I've done with mine. Usually, it doesn't happen at all. It's kind of like if you really provoke pure poetry, just as much as I've done with Laudatio, you can sometimes get a little bit of black spot on pure poetry. But in both cases, you would really have to torture these plants nearly for weeks on end. So don't worry about that. They are very, how to say, they're very flawless nearly when it comes to health, but they do have two different weaknesses. For pure poetry, it would be black spot, and for Laudatio, it would be rust, but only if you really stress them for weeks on end, you can provoke that. But I really like this rose, and I think it is one of four really exceptional purple roses. The first one, for me, if I had to rank them, would be Goethe. And the second one would probably be Princess Alexandra Renaissance. And the third one would be Laudatio here. And then the fourth one would probably be, what's it called? Blackberry Nib. And I think those are my four favorite purples. They're really fragrant, and it depends on what fragrance you're after. Yeah, something like Goethe is more of a myrrh gallica mix, while something like this one is more of an aniseed and more this honey floral note mix. And then you have something like Princess Alexandra Renaissance or just Alexandra Renaissance. That one is very heavy citrus scented. And of course, then you have Blackberry Nib. Blackberry Nib is more wine, more red berry scented. So it also depends on what form factor you want. Like Blackberry Nib is the more compact of them all, while something like Princess Alexandra Renaissance is still decently compact and a nice shrub form to it. While both Laudatio and Goethe do want to get a bit taller. So if I really had to explain the purple roses in general and what the differences are, that would be about it. But I really think Laudatio here is an amazing rose. Laudatio, Timeless Purple, whatever name you prefer to call it. It is a very healthy, very wonderful fragrant rose. And as the blooms just open up, they have this wonderful, intense purple color to them. So yeah, I really like this rose. I might consider giving it a silver medal in the future. It is for certain a very good rose. I just don't like giving medals to my young roses I've only had for a short while. But this rose is very healthy. But as I said, if you stress it for long enough, you will see that the tendency it has is one for rust. I've never seen black spot on it, but it does have a slight tendency if you stress it towards rust. Just the same way that pure poetry can have a slight tendency towards black spot if you stress it a lot. But then you have to have been stressing them for like 5 to 6 weeks. You have to be really tough on them for you to even experience that. But I just thought I would mention that there is a a very, very slight, small chance you can get that. But in general, they're very healthy, very good roses, and I really like them. The choice is up to you, what you want for fragrance, what form factor you want, and what growth habit you really want in a rose, in a purple rose. But yeah, guys, that was Laudatio, also known as Timeless Purple.